This is Heart of Thorns, Book 1 of Gabriel's series in the Vampire Royals of New York world. Written by Sarah Piper. Narrated by Shane East and Vanessa Edwin. Chapter 1. The witch was going to be a fucking headache. Gabriel Redthorne had known it since he'd first spied her roaming his brother's gardens at Ravenswood. Then, he'd found her mysterious and compelling, an obsession he'd been nurturing for weeks. Now, your chances of seeing another sunrise are entirely dependent upon your cooperation, witch. He said it like the dirty word it was, lip curling as he took in the sight of her. Obstinate, ornery, filthy. They were secluded in one of the VIP rooms on the upper level of Bloodbath, the East Village nightclub he and his royal vampire brothers had liberated from their enemies last night. The window that overlooked the ground level offered a breathtaking view of the carnage the Redthorne allies had wrought. Mutilated demons, still twitching where they lay. The wet ash of all the traitorous vampires they'd slaughtered. Broken bones, lost limbs, shattered glass. Rivers of blood still gleaming in the cracks and crevices. Luck or magic, one of them had spared the witch's life. "You will answer my questions," he said. She glared at him. Her sapphire-bright eyes stood out starkly in a face painted by death. Gabriel wore the same mask, the taste of demon blood still rancid in his throat, long after it had dried on his clothing. She wasn't the only witch they'd captured. A half-dozen of them had been working their dark magics for the enemy, but Gabriel had no use for the others. It was Jacinda he needed. Jacinda, whose intoxicating gaze held a fire that sparked in him thoughts too dangerous to voice. "I've got nothing to say to you, Prince," she hissed. She sat on a plush velvet chair against the back wall, nursing a bottle of water one of his inconveniently compassionate brothers had given her. Clothing hung from her in tatters, dark, blood-spattered jeans, one side ripped from ankle to knee, a lacy black top missing a sleeve. No shoes, bare toes curled against the cold floor, her violet nail polish chipped. She held herself haughtily, as though she were dressed for the runway. "Not quite ready to grind my bones into dust, then?" Gabriel smirked, recalling her earlier taunt. To be fair, that particular threat had come after he'd tied her to a bar stool downstairs, but still.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?